Kusampola. Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online yoga workshop, Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Culture Center. Yoga teacher, I'm KV SSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties in the whole Bhutan. So coming to the practices, yoga practices, today also we have very good exercises. In a row of exercises, we have advanced balancing postures and advanced somewhat back bends and forward bends also. So even you can choose today's practice also as for your regular yoga workouts. So let's begin with our sun salutations with the mantra, sadhan and sloka and bijakshara. According to your traditional belief, you can choose this mantra chanting or you can choose only physical exercises. So keep your body straight and come to samasthiti or pre-position and alert your body and take your attention. Then after that, lift your both arms, inhalation, above to the head, pranamasana called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly keep that Kailasha Mudra, bring them towards your chest to keep your awareness well. This kind of mudras will be very effective and beneficial. This is what we call Pranama Mudra or Namaskara Mudra or simple salutation. So coming to the practices. ॐ हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषन् अपावृणु सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये ॐ ह्रां ह्रीं ह्रूं ह्रैं ह्रौं रः मित्ररविसूर्यभानुकगपूष्णहिरण्यगर्भमरीच आदित्यसवित्र अर्कभास्कराय नमः. And stretch your arms forward, lift your arms up. Hasta Uttanasana, keep your both the arms completely stretched but behind the ears. And once completely pull from there, slight or medium or deep back bend, Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then again keep your body straight, once pull up. So here when you have any lower back issues or neck issues or facial organ issues, don't go for forward bend. Remaining people can choose forward bends till the floor level. Completely bend the body forward. Pada Hasta Asana or standing forward bending posture. And here back leg is your right leg. Stretch your right leg back and push your body down as well as forward. Slightly lift your chin up, stretch your throat, and few seconds stay in this very good simple stretching posture for the hips and for the thighs and for the pelvic as well as for the abdomen. Also very simple good exercise. And back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up against the gravity. Then slowly join your forward leg to back leg called Dandasana or Santulanasana or plank style. Then completely press your body down towards the floor called Ashtanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. And push your body forward like a sea wave. Lift the body and attach towards the posture called Bhujangasana or lifted head cobra posture. Against the shoulders, push your head up and still lift your chin and stretch your throat. And next posture will be semi-inverted posture as well as right forward bend also. When you have any issues, concerned issues, don't do the next exercise. Remaining people can completely bend the body inside, push your body inside, try to put your heels on the floor and against your legs completely press your body down. And here right leg again forward leg called Asva Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture. And back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up. Join your back leg to the forward leg Pada Hastasana and press your head inside. Then right, lift your arms and the body up called Hasta Uttanasana. And this time slightly pull yourself and slightly put a back bend Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then keep your body straight, Pranamasana above to the head called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly bring your Pranamasana down at your chest level, Anahata Pranamasana. And take your one regular inhalation and exhalation. Then after that, with inhalation, lift the arms and slowly move the arms wide and spread the arms to the side stretch. Turn the palms, then completely keep your hands down. Take a long, deep and slow inhalation and exhalation. Then soon after that, slightly wide the legs. toes inside or straight and lock the hands back. Keep your chest straight and face and head straight. So few seconds gap for your healthy break. And just long, slow and deep inhalation and exhalation. So today we have two balancing postures. One is Eka Padasana. So in our previous days also we performed that one. So because of importance of the balancing, so today also we are performing the same Eka Padasana or T-shaped posture. Next exercise also in balancing, standing balancing, Garudasana or eagle posture. To cover this posture, so my video technician can come on my right side or left side. This is a standing posture. So right, and now keep your right leg back and left leg forward and check your convenience and check your hips position and check your dress and mat. So when you have any balancing issues, you can choose chair help or table help, or still you can choose stick or wall help also. So right, back leg is your right leg. Lift your heel, then slowly like lift your leg from the floor. Then after that still lift the leg up, leg up, leg up. And at the final level, when you are okay at your leg level, then open your one hand forward, then second arm also forward. Then here try to still stretch your leg back and push your body forward and stay like a T-shaped posture called Ekapadasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then very slowly come back, release and relaxations enough. Then soon after that, simply lift your thighs and legs and relax for a while. So when you have low blood pressure issues, these postures may not really suitable, but please take some of the practices, post or pre-warm-up practices also. And opposite side, same exercise. Please remember, when you have knee issues, you can cover kneecaps or choose good advice from your physician and yoga teacher. And right, and now back leg is your left leg here. Take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. Then after that, slowly lift your back leg from the floor at any degree angle. Then check your convenience and try to put your one hand on the below leg. Then lift your back leg properly along with your one arm and second arm also forward, and try to maintain at the final level by keeping your hands stretched and by keeping your legs stretched back, called T-shaped posture. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Then slowly come straight and get back to normal, and few seconds resting your legs. So long, deep and slow inhalation and exhalation. So for a while you can choose the same Viramasana or Vishranti Asana or relaxation posture. Lock your hands back and keep your toes straight or inside. In between the legs create a gap, and long slow pause, inhalations and exhalations. So because of that leg stretching, some people may get some kind of cramps around the hip level. So to relax that hip level, we have another posture called standing leg folding or standing Pavana Muktasana. Some of the variation. This is also abdomen pressing. Basically, for today's exercise, we are doing because of hip stretchings. So lift your one leg, right or left leg up, lock your thigh with your two hands, keep your position straight. Once completely lift your leg and stay for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and resting, relaxations enough. Come back. And opposite side, the same thing. Opposite side leg, keep your opposite side leg open, then lift your heel, then slowly lift your thigh and knee up, then completely press your thigh and knee towards the abdomen. Again, few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then relaxations enough. Very slowly come straight. Take a long, deep inhalation and exhalation. And our next balancing posture called eagle posture. This is also kind of balancing on the single leg. Please remember, when you have any issues at the ankle level or knee level or hip level, try to do it slow or try to avoid, or still please take advice from the concerned group of people. So here keep your left leg on the floor and open your right leg and try to wrap it properly on the below leg. So you can choose any wrap, half wrap, or you can choose a full wrap also. But keep your below leg straight. And now this time, above leg side hand should go up, below leg side hand should go down. Then few seconds stay now. So you can choose wrist lock, or still you can choose palm lock. So choose any kind of convenient lock, lift your two palms up and stay for a while called eagle posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then slowly come straight, release and relaxations enough. Very slowly rest your legs. So here soon after your posture making, you can choose still more relaxation for the quad muscle and the knee by keeping that leg fold and few seconds stay now. So this is not dancing Shiva posture, but this is a kind of variation in the dancing Shiva posture for especially quad muscle stretch and relaxations enough. Come back and take a long deep inhalation and exhalation. Then after a while again slowly come to Samasthiti. Keep your position straight and keep your breath safe. Then here your below leg should be your right leg and open your left leg forward. From there wrap properly, half wrap or full wrap according to your interest and previous experience. You can choose this one, but please remember it is a very simple and good balancing posture. So wrap your leg and few seconds stable. Then here forward leg side hand should go up, below leg side hand should go down. Then slowly come to the arm wrap, and here also you can choose proper interlock of your fingers or wrist lock and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relaxation. Then slowly strides. Then after that relax your legs. But please remember, when you have knee issues, these postures may not advisable to you, and take proper precautions before adding these exercises into your regular schedules, and few seconds resting. So here also for extra stretch of your thigh and quad muscle, fold that concerned wrapped leg, catch your leg. You can choose for more squeezing at the knee level and at the like thigh level to stretch your thigh. 1, 2, and relaxations enough. Come back. Then long and slow and deep inhalations and exhalations. And our next exercise is called Ardha Malasana or squat posture or horse stance posture. So basically this exercise is also related to giving, like it will give more strain on the thighs and more strain on the knees. So when you have concerned issues, try to take it low or try to avoid the practices. So here in between your both the legs, create a medium distance or maximum distance according to your interest. Right, keep your toes straight. Like direction your toes must be like straight and knees must be out. Then both the hands on the thighs. Then adjust your dress and then slowly squat the body and completely bend the knees. Knees must be wide, toes must be straight, and few seconds stay in this posture. So try to add your hands for good support for the body. So here throughout the practice, don't push the body forward. Keep your body straight and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Relaxations enough. Very slowly straight and relaxation. So this kind of exercises will come under prenatal yoga also, as well as postnatal yoga also. Especially for the people who wants leg stretches, leg side splits and pelvic stretch, for them this is very useful. Alright, take a long inhalation. Then here we are doing the same exercise another time. So here wide the legs, keep your toes straight and knees out. Then try to put your both the hands on the knees. So here like towards the gravity, keep your body down and lift your one arm up for extra like extra weight on the body, and few seconds interlock your fingers and give a maximum stretch and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then very slowly interlock, leave your interlock and keep your arm out and keep your arm on the thighs and push your body up, and relaxations enough. Very slowly rest your legs and rest your body, and few seconds lock your hands back and a few moments of the time relax your breath. And our next exercise is also related to same squatting style, extended leg squatting style or Uttita Malasana. So this is a deep squatting side sit-ups. When you have any issues on the ankle level or the toe level or knees or the hips or thighs, try to choose proper way of doing, or you can choose the posture with supported organs also, like chair or wall or stick. Especially the people who are in the sports, who are in the games, for them these postures are very useful. This time wide your both the legs, to medium or maximum wide your legs, and turn your right leg to the right side. Turn your right foot to the right side. Then this time keep your both the hands on the locations of the right knee and the left hip. Then push your body towards your folded leg side. Then from there further increase your bending and completely press your opposite side leg thigh towards the floor. And stay here for a while. 1, 2, 3. And in the same exercise, keep your both the hands down for more leg stretching if you can, if you want. Wide the hands. Then try to put your chest on the floor. Udara Bhusparsa extended leg posture or Uttita Malasana. Few seconds stay in this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Push your body back. Then slowly keep your hand on the folded leg knee and on the left thigh. Then slowly push your body up and turn your right leg straight and relax your legs. Soon after that again choose any alternative exercises for the good relaxation of the thighs and hips. And few seconds break. Lock the hands back and close the eyes and concentrate on the breath or on the body. Then the same Uttita Malasana or extended leg squat posture opposite side, wide your both the legs. Then check your knee convenience, check your dress, check your mat. Turn your left leg to the left side. Then while increasing your leg bending, you can choose still more distance also in between your legs. Then completely go for a bend. Then put your folded leg side hand on the folded leg knee and remaining arm on the open leg thigh to press your thigh more towards the gravity. Then here few seconds feel that stretch. Then after that put your both the hands on the floor, slightly wide the hands. Then you can lift your folded leg heel to give more like a relaxation in the further bending. Then completely press your body down and try to touch your chest or head or chin on the floor and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then very slowly push your body up. Then here keep your left hand on the knee and right hand on the thigh. Then slowly push the body up and relax from that constant strain. And soon after that fold your both the legs and give some relaxation to the knees and thighs. And here slightly wide the legs, lock the hands back and close the eyes, and few seconds feel that deep relaxation because of the healthy breath. And then slowly stretch, come back. So our next exercise is somewhat advanced balancing posture. When you have any neck issues or lower back issues or any issues related to the above back or the heels, do not immediately attempt this kind of posture. So this posture basically is a advanced balancing. Siro Pada Bhusparsa Asana, or head and toe touching the ground posture. Okay, now let's coming to the simple relaxation posture called Vishramasana or Vishranti Asana or Sukha Danda Asana. Then slowly keep your body straight. Then coming to Samasthiti, pre-position. So here towards our next exercise, it's a kind of practices which can be performed from the Shavasana, so that now please go to Shavasana on your mats. And keep your both the arms wide and long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Alright, keep your both the arms together and both the legs together. To perform that advanced posture, one should know about the fish posture or Matsyasana. That is a very simple exercise. You can choose lotus posture in the fish posture, or you can choose open legs variation also. But anyhow, try to lift your chest up with the arms support. Turn your arms, keep your fingers on the floor by turning them towards the shoulders. So at your convenient level, you can put your hands wide or close. So first I am performing fish posture for a kind of, it's a pre-position for the next level of the posture. So try to lift your head up and put your crown part of the head on the floor with the arm support. Few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly come back, release and relaxations. Enough. Then slowly keep your hands down. Then relaxations. Long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Once relax your legs, relax your hands. And our next exercise is the Setu Bandha Sarvanga Asana, also required posture as a pre-position. So try to lift your, fold your both the legs and lift your waist up and try to put your both the hands under the waist. Then here try to open your both the legs forward. So this is also a kind of posture, bridge posture, advanced posture in the Sarvangasana. As a variation, this is called as Sarvanga Setu Bandha Asana. Alright, then slowly come back. So here, adjoining of these two postures called Siro Bhu, Siro Pada Bhu Sparsa Asana, or head to head and foot touching the ground posture. So right, keep your both the legs together. This time long deep inhalation and exhalation. So check your breath and check your convenience, check your dress and mat. So please remember, our next exercise will be advanced posture. Some people may enjoy, some people may see, but still it is a very good posture for balancing. So under your head you can put good cushion, under your heels also you can put good cushion. So right, and now this time try to add your fish posture first. Then put your head on the floor. Then slowly leave your arms and keep your hands at the thighs on the floor. With the arms support, lift your body up. Then try to put your heels on the floor by turning your toes out, or by keep your toes straight. Then few seconds stay in this posture called Siro Pada Bhu Sparsa Asana. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then slowly keep your hands down with the arm support. Keep your trunk down and open your right leg forward, left leg forward. Then here with the arms support, try to lift your head and keep your head relaxed on the floor. Then soon after that, Shavasana. In the Shavasana also you can choose slight head turns, right side once and left side once, to give more relaxation at your griva or neck. And long, slow and deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, keep your both the legs together and open your right arm or left arm towards your open arm side. Slowly get a turn and few seconds stay. So your below hand must act like a pillow and your remaining arm should be like a pillar in front of the chest on the floor. With the help of the two hands, then slowly get up and sit down. And relaxation. So we have next last exercise called lotus posture. It's a simple effective posture, but before that, because of this previous posture Siropada Bhusparsasana, that head and toe touching ground posture, so we required to do one forward bending posture also. Okay, now this time choose any kind of like Vajrasana variation, and here try to keep your both the hands down. So we have many variations in the tortoise posture. So today I am now doing a Vajrasana variation, a variation in the Vajrasana, a simple tortoise posture. But please remember, when you have any neck issues or above back, below back issues, avoid this kind of practice. So first come to Sashankasana or a rabbit posture. Then completely spread your abdomen on the thighs, keep your chin and forehead down. And from here, interlock your fingers on the crown part of the head. Then soon after that, press your head inside towards the knees and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly lift your chin and head and keep your both the arms wide. Then very slowly lift your head and chin and body up, and relaxations enough. The previous one, it is a variation in the Sashankasana or Vajrasana. Right, slowly keep your legs wide and stretch your legs on the floor, and long, slow and deep inhalation and exhalation. So still we have last posture called lotus posture. So like for this posture also, please remember, if you have knee issues or any other issues related to legs, choose proper way of doing or avoid the practice. So slightly wide the legs and fold your right leg straight. Fold your right leg straight. Then turn your right leg as a flat fold. Put your right ankle on the left thigh. Then few seconds move your thigh and move your knee like it's a somewhat pre-position for the actually posture. Few seconds adjust that concerned leg muscles and tendons and ligaments to do the next level of exercise. Then come back, relaxation. And opposite side, same thing. First vertically fold, once press, after that turn your leg down and put your folded leg ankle on the open leg thigh. Again here also, just catch your ankle to press your knee towards the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Very slowly come back to normal relaxations. Alright, once push your ankles forwards and backwards for more preparation. Then after that, fold your right leg on the left knee or left thigh or at the lower abdominal part of the left side. So here observe carefully, then here press your knee. Then after that, fold your open leg till your right knee and stay for a while here. And check your convenience. So this time, like towards the gravity, press your right knee. And against the gravity, lift your left ankle with the left hand. So try to put your left ankle on the right knee, then slowly keep it wide and down on the floor. Again, lift it up and slowly come back. Again, lift it up and come back. Last count, lift and stay now. And if you are totally okay with this strain, and slowly get it still forward. If you are still okay, get it still forward. Then catch your left ankle with your right hand. Then try to press your heel towards your lower abdomen and stay here for a while. Please remember, lotus posture, we have some of the variations, but the best variation is try to keep your both the heels attached towards your lower abdomen or closer to the navel. And few seconds stay now. And you can choose holding of the knees to keep your back straight and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 relaxation. Then slowly keep your leg out. But the people who are right-handers, for them it may be very suitable posture. But the people who are left-handers, for them left leg up is more appropriate. So this time fold your left leg and keep your left leg fold on the right knee. The same process. Then here press your left knee towards the floor. Here right leg fold till the left knee and check the convenience of the knee and hips and thighs. Then catch your right ankle with your right hand. Then try to lift it up on the left thigh and come back. Again second count, press and come back. Last count, lift and stay. Then further press inside and press inside. Try to keep your both the heels completely down towards the abdomen level and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then here please observe, when you are in the lotus posture, obviously one thigh will be going to flat on the ground. Obviously one thigh will be lifted from the floor. It's depend on the fat percentage and muscle percentage on the thighs. Then slowly keep your legs out and release the posture and relaxations enough. Slowly stretch your both the legs. Then soon after that, don't forget to do post stretches for the actually posture. So towards your right side, towards your left side, just go for your knee turns and spine like spinal cord and hip turns and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last count. Stay on any side in this relaxation posture. 1, 2 and 3. Come back. Opposite side, same thing. Press and stay. 1, 2 and relaxations enough. Then slowly stretch your both the legs. Then long, slow and deep inhalation and exhalation. And right, coming to pranayam. So today also we have the same level of exercises: Sitali pranayam and Sitkari pranayam and Bastrika pranayam. And here you can choose any convenient and comfortable posture, lotus or half lotus or any convenient posture on any convenient surface. So today I am doing my lotus posture as regular. And take a long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. before pranayam we have chanting and we have recitation also. Please remember, if you have traditional belief of this chanting, so you can choose, or you can choose only physical exercises. So it is also advised to give a small time gap after your yogic physical postures. In this gap time, you can drink a sip of water also. That is especially recommended for the mantra chanting. Right, keep your position straight and pranamasan. Om Kesavaya Swaha. Om Madhavaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyadham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadiyam Karishye. Om Sandhi Sandhi Sandhi. And down. So in other words, this sloka and mantra saying that the total yoga practices depends on the discipline, and as well as it depends on the capacity of the practitioner, how much they can do in a day. Like it is basically the purpose of all yoga styles and the purpose of all yoga postures and pranayamas and kriyas, mudras, bandhas, whatever practices recommended in the yogic text. The basic purpose is, the basic goal is to reach the spiritual upliftment. This is what we call self-realization or nirvana or samadhi sthiti. So to reach that level, so one should be aware of the physical level and mental level and social level. Please remember, to reach that level, all these three levels are very important, but yoga is a very simple and fine tool, and also it is a surest, swiftest and safest tool also to make us aware of these three levels of importance: physical level and mental level and social level. Also the next level, automatically it will come spiritual level. So yoga is a very simple exercise, simple form of exercise to give all these four states. And here we have Sitali Pranayam. In this Sitali Pranayam, basically it will give cooling sensation to the body. And next practice is Sitkari Pranayam, hissing breath. That is also for the same purpose. And coming to sloka and mantra sadhan. So Gulma Plihadika Rogan Jwaram Pittam Kshudam Trisham Vishani Sitali Nama Kumbhikeyam Nihantihi. And Sitkari Pranayam, it is saying that Yogini Chakra Samanyaha Srishti Samhara Karakaha Na Kshuda Na Trusha Nidra Naiva Alasya Prajayate. So basically these two are saying that by regular practices of Sitali, it prevents and it prevents the enlargement of the abdomen and spleen and remaining organs, and also it is good exercises in maintaining the bile level, and it is also good practices to master over the hunger and thirst, and also it counteracts the poisons. And Sitkari Pranayam also the same purpose, but the people who cannot do Sitali, for them Sitkari has been presented. So this is also very simple. I'm demonstrating. I'll demonstrate very soon. Next exercise is called Bastrika Pranayam. This Bastrika Pranayam, somewhat it will raise the temperatures, or it will give some heat sensation. Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam Kundali Bodakam Kshupram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahma Nadi Muke Samusta Kapadyargala Nasanam. So whatever phlegm related issues will be destroyed. Also some of the issues because of over biles and over wind and over phlegm, that is also be totally eradicated. And also it is saying that Sariragni Vivardhanam means it's a immunity raiser or metabolic raiser. Basically, if once you will perform this kind of Bastrika Pranayam, anyone can be easily alert themselves to do further works, especially for the people who wants to do this kind of spiritual upliftment and mantra sadhan and some of the advanced practices in the yoga. For them it is like a big boon. So here we are doing the same practices here. Sitali first, and open your mouth, take your tongue out, fold your tongue like a tube or a dry leaf. Inhalation through the tube of the tongue and exhalation with the nose. And slowly, completely breathe out with the nose. Again, inhalation with the tongue. And slowly breathe out. And third count, inhalation. And breathe out. Fourth counts, inhalation. And slowly complete breathe outs. And last counts, inhalation with the tongue. And completely slowly breathe out with the nose. And especially for the people who cannot fold their tongues, for them next exercise mentioned called Sitkari Pranayam. This is also the same mouth inhalation. Keep your both the jaws together and open the lips and keep inhalation through the edges of the teeth. And close the mouth and complete breathe out with the nose. Again inhalation. Breathe out with the nose. Again inhalation. And breathe out with the nose. And slowly complete inhalation with the mouth. Nozzle breathe out. And last count inhalation. And completely slowly breathe out. And another like important point is when you are living in the high altitude areas or very cold areas, also if you have any lung disorders or infections because of phlegm, or when you are seriously suffering from the eosinophilia or sinus, so for them this kind of pranayams not immediately advisable, but you can do after some practices, after some prerequisites. Okay, now coming to next exercise is called Bhastrika Pranayam. Again, keep your position straight. And it's a voluntary inhalations and slow exhalations. So basically it's a opposite side process of Kapalabhati. And Bhastrika, first 10 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just a small gap. When you have any high blood pressure issues or ear problems or any concern issues, choose proper way or slow way of doing this Bhastrika Pranayam, or still you can avoid. Then second spell 10 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just one small gap. Long deep inhalation exhalation. And last 10 strokes Kapala Bhastrika Pranayam, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then one quick break. Then here in this break time, as we mentioned, that you can put your Vayu Mudra also. Keep your index finger completely fold and press your index finger with your thumb and stretch your both the hands forward. Or you can put your both the hands at your navel case also. Few seconds, just feel that awareness by pressing your fingers, called Vayu Mudra. This is a simple exercise and good pain reliever also. Also good practices with the people who have been suffering from the gastric problems or another wind level or some of the arthritic issues. For them it's a very simple and effective remedy. Alright, after finishing your exercise, slowly release from the postures and release from the yoga practices. But please remember to choose some more time to create yoga nidra abhyas or power nap to give some relaxation and to regenerate the body. It is always good to give some relaxation to the body after finishing your yoga workouts or any kind of physical workout formats. In the like after finishing your yoga practices, please try to give some more time, like 15 minutes to a half an hour time to take bath, and further 10 minutes time to take breakfast. This timings totally depend on the practitioners and practitioners ability and the teacher and practitioner coordination also. And in the afternoon before your lunch time, try to observe some valuable time to do yoga nidra or to do power nap. Basically it will improve the productivity from you. Also it is good for the vital organs health, brain, heart, liver, kidneys. And in the evening, once you will totally free from your activities and affairs, before your dinner time, try to choose some more time for your yoga exercise, self yoga exercises. Please include simple inverted postures and simple back bending exercises, as well as simple leg stretching exercises also. And please remember to give some extra time for your breathe in and breathe out. Always good to choose some of the yoga exercises before your dinner time. And we will meet on Monday here at the same place with the same content. Till that time, take care of yourself and stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.